Hello and welcome to another edition of Luminar Coffee Break. I'm your host, Vanelli. Now joining me today is my co-host, Angela Andrieux. Let me pull her up. Hello, Angela. Oh, I'm so sorry, Angela. I have Kevin Liver. There we are. Angela, hello. Good, I think you froze. Can you hear me, Angela? Yep. So we have a little technical difficulty here, but what we're going to do is this. Let me jump over here, and I'll see if Angela jumps back on again. If not, we'll go through New User Friday, and our goal is to look over our areas that we were developing, or our user manual, and questions that people have been asking. Those are going to be the topics on New User Friday. So let me jump right in. And we're going to start with this image here. Now, we're going to use Portrait Bokeh AI. Here's the original image. And this is what we're going to convert it to. All right? Now, I'm going to come over here to the History tool. And I want to come down and start with the original. All right? So here we are with the original. And the first thing we need to do, in my opinion, is I want to crop this image because the bokeh that's happening is way back here. So I'll come over here to the crop tool, which is Composition AI. And I want to flip it right here. And now, instead of it being a portrait, it's now a landscape. All right, that looks good. Now, once I have that set, now we're going to go down to that new tool, which is Bokeh AI. So we're going to come down to the portrait section. Here we are. Now the amount slider is going to show us the blur. It's going to give us that bokeh that we're looking for. Notice how he's automatically masked. I think, which is the coolest thing ever. Look how neat Luminar was able to just mask him out. And now, here we are with the amount. We're going to introduce bokeh to this image. Look at that. So before and after. So I'm blurring the background. Now I'm going to come down here to the depth correction. And with the depth correction, this is where we're going to adjust it either to the left or to the right, giving the appearance that the camera or the subject is further away or closer to the camera. In this case here, by bringing it back a little bit to the left, I'm starting to introduce geometric patterns in the bokeh. Look how beautiful they are. I'll do just a little more. And there we have it. I mean, so we went from a shot like this, and then we added that Portrait Bokeh AI to it. So I don't see Angela appearing, so I'm going to finish off here. Keep in mind with Portrait Bokeh AI, it's extremely important we use the right image to convey the portrait or to convey the bokeh. Think back when we had Sky AI. When we first came out with Sky AI, it was amazing. But then people started replacing night skies with day skies, and then it just looked totally fake. With portrait photographers, the reason why we want Portrait Bokeh AI into our workflow is, what if I couldn't shoot with a lens that had an f-stop of 1.4 or 2.8? What if my lens only went down to f5.6, a kit lens? Well, with that type of a lens, it's hard to get bokeh. What we just did here was I showed you, even with an expensive lens, I shot that at 5.6. Because Lewis was so further away from the background, you didn't notice the portrait or the bokeh nearly as much. So to get that beautiful bokeh, you'd like to have a telephoto lens, at least an 85 or above, but a telephoto lens, 70 to 200, and at the long end, 200, you're going to compress the background, and the subject will look really, really nice. That's when we can introduce more of the Portrait Bokeh AI. All right? So, hey, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. and we'll do our best to answer them. Well, I'm Vanelli. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you at the next coffee break.